In this tutorial, I want to teach on how some of the functions can be made advanced. Some of the functions that we have already used are sum function, count function, and we have been using those functions directly without any condition. But if some condition arises to apply those functions, we will have to make those functions a little bit advanced. So some of those functions are like sumif, countif. So let's see how and where we can implement those functions. So here I have some numbers. Actually, I'm considering these are the ages of some people, and in here I have to find out the number of the people who have the age of 18 above, and here also I have to find out the number of people who are in the age of between 50 and 70, and the number of people who are between 20 to 49 of age. Here, if I have to find out the number of people, that is number of people means count, and basing on the condition that is 80 and above, so I'll write if, and the cell of the age starts from B2 here, so I'll write B2 up to, let's scroll down and check, up to B51. So here I'll write B51, and the next, after the comma, the next is the condition part, that is, or the criteria part. So I'll write the condition. I have to write the condition such way that the age are 80 and above. So above or equal to 80, and close the quotation mark, close the bracket to end the function, and hit enter. So there are 5 people who are in the age between 80 and above. Next, I'll have 2 conditions because because the first condition is it should be 50 and above, and the other condition is 70 and below. So here, instead of count if, I'll have to write count ifs and write the range of the cell, that is B2 to B51, comma, first condition is that it should be above or equal to 50, and the next condition is that I'm going to write the same range of cell that for the next criteria as well, for the next condition, B2 up to B51, and the next condition should be less than or equal to 70. So I have written the formula to count the number of the people who have the age in between 50 and 70. So hit enter. Now let's see the same formula for the age between 20 to 49. Count ifs. If there are more than one condition, you'll have to write the s in the count if, and the same range of the cell, that is B2 up to B51, and the condition is more than or equal to 20, that is 20 also included, and same range of cell, B2 to B51, and the condition is less than or equal to 49. Close the bracket, hit enter, and you'll find the number of the people between who have the age 20 and above but less than 50, that is up to 49. For the next function, that is sumif, we can also apply the same. Like suppose if I want to find the sum of the ages of the people who are 80 and above, similar formula can be applied. It will be sumif, open the bracket, and the range of the cell B2 up to B51, and the condition is the same, that is more than or equal to 80. So sum of their ages is 459. To put that in more practical way, let's see in another table. So here I have some names and expenses, and suppose say someone has been maintaining the record for recording the expenses by some people. So here Colin's expenditure is 500, and today he spent 500. Let's say after some days he spent 200 again, and again after some days again his expenditure is, let's say, 150, and then it goes on. So similar for the other person also. So it's been quite randomized. So if I want to find expenditure for a particular person, let's say for Colin, then I will have to search for the name Colin and then add his expenditure one by one. But to avoid that, we use the sum if function, and then we write the formula as we've seen earlier, sum if function, and in that formula the range of the cell will be there. Here the range of the cell is from here to here, and then condition will be there. So the condition is that the name should match Colin, and then comes the sum range. Sum range means the portion where it has the numbers or the expenditures. So here will be the range of the sales. So we have completed the formula, close the bracket and hit enter. So Colin's expenditure, total of Colin's expenditure is 1150. So total expenditure of Colin is that much. Let's try the same for one more person. Let's find the expenditure for John. So equal to sum if, open bracket, range of the sales, and within quotation you'll have to keep the condition that the name I'm finding it for John, and the area next is the range of the cell where it has the numbers or the expenditure, close the bracket and hit enter. So John's expenditure is 700. The next one is about linking in spreadsheet. So for linking, suppose say I have a sheet here and I want to link all the sheets that I've been doing, let's see all these that I've been doing here, to this particular sheet only. So let's bring it to the front, and from here I want to open all the other sheets, or I want to link other sheets that I've been doing. So for that you can do it in Excel directly, or preferably you can use some shapes. Let's say I'm using this round corner rectangle, and I have to link I have to link 4 sheets, so I'll make it 4. And here this one is about counting, sum, car rental and average. Okay, so let's name them here. Count if so here my intention is that if I click here, it should go to the other sheet that has the Countif function. So in the same way, if I click here, it should also go to the sheet which has the Sumif, and the same for these two also. So I have to provide a link. To link it to a sheet, I have to right click in that area, not on the word. I want to click on this box itself, so I will have to right click here, and you can go to hyperlink. I will have to go to place in this document, and from here my count if is in sheet 1, so I'll select that, click OK. Let's do for this one also, hyperlink my sum if is in sheet 2, so click OK. right click, hyperlink, and car intelligence 3. Okay, right click, hyperlink, and it's in sheet 4, so click OK. So let's see if they're working or not. If I click here, it could do Sumif. Okay, so let's go and check the others also. If I click here, yes, that is the Sumif. So that is how you do a linking in spreadsheet.